Well, good evening. It's Sunday, April 15th, 2012. I just wanted to share with you a few things that are blooming in our garden this week. As you can see, our heirloom amaryllis are really putting on a show. As we move on around in the garden, I really wanted to show you these David Austin Golden Celebration. It's one of, I think, David Austin's finest introductions. This rose has a wonderful fragrance. And after about the third year in the garden, it's become quite disease resistant as well. Golden Celebration. Next, there are Julia Child Floribundas. As you can see, they're just full of buds and about to begin the bloom cycle. Beautiful bloom on Julia Child Floribunda. The new rose in my garden this year, it's a hybrid tea called Signature. Beautiful rose. And here we see a couple of blooms of another beautiful hybrid tea, this one called Opening Night. These are very young first-year plants in my garden, so they're really not putting out a lot of long, tall canes, but they produce beautiful blooms anyway. You'll see here beautiful buds forming on Dream Come True grandiflora. I wanted to show you this rose. It's a beautiful pink rose. Just to demonstrate the size of this bloom, I'm going to put my hand up here and let you see just how big this bloom actually is. This was the very first rose that was in the garden here at this house. It was here when we moved here, and we do not know the name of it, but it produces huge, beautiful blooms all season long. This is another new hybrid tea in our garden, RK Witherspoon from Witherspoon Rose Culture in Durham, North Carolina. Beautiful shrub of hybrid tea blooms. Can't wait to see what this is going to do in years 2 and 3 in the garden. It also has a wonderful fragrance. See, just a profusion of blooms going vertical. 3 shrubs of social climber, which have really taken over these 3 trellises this year. Put on a beautiful show in our side garden. If you're looking for a climbing pink rose, I'm going to suggest to you Climbing Pinky. If you'll see, it just puts out tons of blooms, beautiful pink blooms. This climber is a climbing polyantha, and I have seen it grow about 15 or 16 feet. Beautiful, beautiful shrub of this climber, Climbing Pinky. This is Buff Beauty, beautiful hybrid musk rose. I can tell you that this rose was suggested to me by Tom, who blogs at Tall Clover Farm. He said, "Now I'll warn you, it spreads out." You can see as we walk along, it has really spread out and up as it's gone up over the fence. And just blooms and blooms and blooms. Most beautiful buff colored blooms. If you love coral colored roses, you'll love Artistry hybrid tea. Such a beautiful bloom on this shrub. As you can see, there are 2 planted here right side by side, and I pruned one a little bit lower than the other one. The one that I pruned a little bit higher produced blooms very early. So now I'm kind of glad I did that, so I'll have blooms of the same rose for a longer period. And finally in the garden, I wanted to show you again this planting of heirloom amaryllis. You can see that it just really has multiplied and come to life in our garden. Produces such beautiful blooms in the spring. We enjoy them so much. Heirloom amaryllis. On today's garden walk, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.